I had a really dear friend of mine make a comment the other day. He said, I don't know how you do it, Deidre. And I went, what do you mean? And he goes, you have so much going on in your world. And I'm like, yeah, but you know what? Doesn't everybody? And he goes, not to the level that you do. And I had to stop for a moment and realize, actually, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I carry in my world, and some of it is just so rewarding and amazing and incredible, and some of it can be at the core of it quite heartbreaking and hard to do. But I do it, and it got me thinking because this guy wanted an answer. And I said to him, I didn't just arrive at all of these circumstances and situations. It takes years. And along the way, I've built capacity and capability and resilience. And at the core of that, it started with that I was adopted. And the first 11 days of my life, I spent completely on my own, um, only attended to by nursing staff to be fed and have nappies changed. And back in the 60s, Dr. Spock's teaching was that we don't want to spoil the baby, so they just wrapped babies and put them back in the crib. So there was none of the beauty of what we do today with new mums, with bonding, skin to skin, co-sleeping, all of that. And so what happened for me was I created a narrative that explained to my little soul why I was left, why I was relinquished. And at the core of that belief was that I must have been a bad baby, because why would somebody give away a perfectly happy, good baby? Very simple, I know. However, it was what we do for all of us. In the absence of knowledge, we will form a story. And in formulating a story, it doesn't mean that we're um, believing a lie or anything like that. It's more that we have an inherent need as humans to attach meaning to the things that happen to us. And along the way, when we have the opportunity to find out more facts and apply those to events that have taken place, it gives us an opportunity to rewrite our history. And this is something that I believe is where resilience and capacity lies. So when I finally met my birth family at the age of 33, a mother, a father, and 3 full-blood siblings, my story changed radically because I got to hear it from the perspective of somebody else. And in doing so, their information then had the opportunity to inform who I am today. And by doing so, when my friend asked me this question, it actually gave me pause to realize that so much of who we become in life is actually an opportunity that every day we get to assess, and we can change our stories. We can form a different meaning as to why something happened or how something happened. And at the core of it, I think for me, it's, well, is this my story to tell? Is this something about me, or is it something outside of me? And what my friend was talking about was a situation that I was explaining to them. And at the core of it, it was like, well, this actually isn't my story to tell. I'm a player in the story, but it actually isn't happening to me. It's happening to someone else that I deeply love and care for, but it's their story, their journey, and I don't actually have any influence over that. I can show up and I can do what I can and bring to the table what I have to offer, but the choices lie with somebody else. And I think in life, making those sorts of distinctions is where you begin to recognize, is this mine or is it somebody else's? And when you realize what's yours and attach the right or attach the meanings to circumstances and situations that serve you best, you can change it. It's flexible. Like boundaries in life. Boundaries can be put in place, but we can also move them when we need to. It restores energy to self. It gives us more agency over the decisions we make and the choices we make and how we show up in life. And at the core of that, we shift from being a victim in our story to having agency, advocacy, to rewrite things so that they represent the person we are as we're evolving. And I love that I was asked this question because it actually was very empowering to recognize this is how I got to where I am. And I can tell you now, I am one of the most imperfect humans on the planet. Just ask anybody who's in a relationship with me. I foul and fuck up every single day. I make mistakes. But in making a mistake, you have an opportunity to consider, how do I repair this? And in doing the repair is where the relationships get deeper, and well, they can. And in the deepness of that, it's like a mirror that's held to our soul, and it reflects to us who we are and how we're showing up. And I never want to miss an opportunity to do it differently, especially when it's not serving the relationships that I count as really dear to me. And yeah, resilience, capacity, it's a real thing. And for all of us, we've all got a story. We've all experienced things that, you know, might have taken us to a space of incredible distress and heartbreak, but we can always come back. Now, humanity is designed in such a way that when we tread lightly for ourselves, because we can do that for other people so easily, but when we treat ourselves with the gentleness and the kindness and respect and almost a reverence for the journeys that we've taken, for the events that we've experienced, there's an opportunity to show ourselves considered and measured grace and kindness. And I think that's where we can fall in love with ourselves in a whole new way. Just my thoughts and response to a dear friend's question.